Gorillas are incredibly powerful. But could they be beaten? Here are 6 animals that could. I mean, we've all seen the movies, we've all read the comics. A silverback gorilla is basically the king of the jungle. A mountain of muscle that can bench press a car. Up to 10 times stronger than a human. With a bite that can crush coconuts. They're intelligent, they're intimidating, and you'd think unbeatable. But the African wilderness is filled with monsters. Today, we test the king against 6 absolute units. We've got tanks, assassins, and giants. The last one, you won't see it coming. Strategy, biology, brutal reality. Let's get into it, right now. All right, let's start with the biggest land animal on the planet, the African elephant. We're talking about a creature so immense, it warps the very scale of the environment around it. There are 2 species, the forest and the bush elephant. And for this matchup, we're unleashing the larger of the 2, the African bush elephant. These titans are not just big, they're brilliant, with complex social structures and memories that are the stuff of legend. But when provoked, that intelligence is backed by a power that is simply off the charts. To be honest, this one is less of a fight and more of a total demolition. It's not a question of the elephant wins, but a gorilla's only hope would be to stay hidden and completely avoid confrontation, because once it's in the elephant's line of sight, the game is already over. Let's just run the numbers for a second. A dominant silverback gorilla, a true beast in its own right, tops out around 400 pounds. A fully grown bull elephant? It can weigh over 15,000 pounds. That's more than 35 silverbacks combined. That's a heavyweight boxer versus a semi-truck barreling down the highway at 40 miles per hour. The mismatch is just crazy. The gorilla's famous charge is intimidating, but an elephant's charge is a seismic event. The ground literally trembles. Now, think about its weapons. First up, the trunk. It's not just a nose, it's a prehensile limb packed with over 40,000 individual muscles. It's sensitive enough to pick up a single blade of grass, but strong enough to rip a tree clean out of the ground. In a fight, that trunk becomes a weapon of terrifying versatility. It could snatch a 400-pound gorilla, lift it effortlessly, and slam it into the ground with bone-shattering force. Instant devastation. It can punch with the force of a battering ram. It can grab and immobilize. It can throw a gorilla like a rag doll. Then there are the tusks. These aren't just for show. They're giant ivory spears, sometimes growing over 8 feet long. They're sharp enough and backed by enough force to pierce the thick hide of a rhinoceros. A gorilla's skin and muscle, as tough as they are, would offer almost zero resistance. A single thrust would be fatal. There's no defense against that kind of piercing power. One well-aimed charge, one stomp from a foot the size of a dinner table, or one sweep of those tusks ends the fight before it even begins. There's no contest, no struggle, just a brutal and immediate end. The gorilla simply has no weapon in its arsenal that can inflict any meaningful damage. And the scenario gets even worse if you startle a mother with her calf, or challenge a bull during must, a period of heightened aggression. In that state, it's game over. The elephant wouldn't even register the gorilla as a threat. It would see it as a minor, irritating obstacle to be removed. A gorilla's intimidating chest-beating display would be met with an earth-shaking trumpet that echoes for miles. A gorilla's punch, which can shatter safety glass, would feel like a fly hitting a windshield. The gorilla can't grapple with 30 times its own mass, and it can't bite through legs as thick as tree trunks. Its entire strategy of intimidation and brute force is rendered completely useless. This is the ultimate lesson in weight classes. It's strength versus pure, overwhelming power. A gorilla is incredibly strong, but an elephant is a walking force of nature, a volcano to a firecracker. The verdict here is absolute. Next up, an ancient ambush specialist, the Nile crocodile. This is a living dinosaur, a creature whose design was perfected millions of years ago. It has survived ice ages and extinction events by being the undisputed master of its domain, the water's edge. It doesn't need to evolve, because it is already the perfect aquatic predator. In this matchup, it isn't about size or open field strength. It's about territory and tactics. The crocodile's entire strategy is built on patience and a profound understanding of its environment. It can wait, utterly still, for hours or even days, conserving energy until the perfect moment arrives. It becomes part of the landscape, a silent, deadly trap waiting to be sprung. And when that trap springs, it's backed by one of the most powerful bites in the animal kingdom. At the water's edge, the crocodile is the absolute sovereign. Get too close, and you're not just in its territory, you're in its kill zone. They can reach 20 feet and over 1,600 pounds, a massive engine of muscle and bone built for predatory efficiency. A 5,000 psi bite, that's more than double the force of a great white shark. Bone turns to potato chips. The muscles that close the jaw are immense, but fun fact, the muscles to open it are so weak, you could hold its mouth shut with a rubber band. Not that you'd ever get the chance. The strategy is surprise, motionless, camouflaged, a harmless log. When a gorilla leans down to drink, completely vulnerable, focused only on quenching its thirst, the water explodes. Launch, bite, and drag. That's the sequence. On land, maybe a slim chance for the gorilla to use its strength. But in the water, it's zero. The gorilla's power is instantly neutralized. Then comes the infamous death roll, a violent spinning maneuver designed to disorient, break bones, and drown its prey with terrifying speed. And these encounters are absolutely possible. Rivers and swamps run right through the heart of gorilla forests, creating a necessary but deadly intersection of two domains. Its 68 conical teeth aren't for chewing. They are interlocking spikes designed to grip and never let go. The gorilla's powerful punches would be useless against the crocodile's armored scales, which are reinforced with bony plates called osteoderms. Aim for the eyes? A good idea in theory, but nearly impossible to execute while in agony, being dragged underwater by a 1,600-pound reptile. It's a battle of environments. The moment the fight enters the water, the gorilla isn't fighting a crocodile anymore. It's fighting the river itself, and the river has a champion. The gorilla rules the forest. The crocodile is the tyrant of the river. And when the king of the apes steps into the tyrant's court, there's only one verdict. If the croc is dangerous at the edge, meet Africa's most dangerous large land animal, the hippopotamus. Big, slow, goofy, fatal mistake. They're incredibly aggressive and unbelievably fast. A mouth that opens 180 with tusks like knives. Crocodiles grip. Hippos crush and gore. They can bite boats and have snapped crocodiles in two. Fiercely territorial. Wander near their water. Get attacked. On land, deceptively fast. Up to 20 miles per hour. A gorilla can't outrun that. Picture a gorilla troop near water. A bull surfaces, yawns, really a threat display. The silverback answers, hippo accepts. The charge is a freight train. Get out of the way or be crushed. A single bite is catastrophic. Shear and crush in one. They attack lions, crocodiles, boats, anything in their space. Against that mass, speed, and weaponry, the gorilla's strength is useless. A living battering ram with shears for a mouth. In a one-on-one confrontation, the gorilla stands no chance. Now for a classic matchup, a question debated for ages. The king of the apes versus the undisputed king of the beasts, the African lion. This isn't just a fight, it's a clash of legends, a collision of two apex predators from entirely different worlds. One rules the dense jungle with intelligence and raw power, the other commands the open savanna with lethal instinct and specialized weaponry. On paper, this is the most even fight in terms of sheer mass. A big male lion can tip the scales at over 500 pounds, putting him squarely in the same weight class as a dominant silverback. But that's where the similarities end. This is a battle of fundamentally different weapons and strategies. We have the specialized, professional killer versus the incredibly powerful brawler. The lion is a hypercarnivore, an animal whose entire anatomy has been perfected over millions of years for one purpose: to hunt, kill, and eat other large animals. The lion's arsenal is terrifyingly efficient. It wields 4 paws full of retractable, razor-sharp claws, each up to 1.5 inches long, perfect for gripping and tearing. Its jaws, while not the strongest, deliver a bite force of around 650 psi, but they aren't for crushing. They are designed to suffocate with a precise, killing bite to the throat or muzzle. The gorilla fights with brute force. It can punch, grapple, and deliver a formidable bite of its own, with canines longer than a lion's. But here's a key difference. A gorilla's teeth are for display, defense, and grinding tough vegetation, not for tearing flesh. Its entire combat style is built around intimidation and overwhelming strength. So how does it play out? The gorilla's immense intelligence and incredible arm power meet a professional killer's instincts. The lion is faster and far more agile. It won't stand and trade blows. It will use its speed to dodge the gorilla's heavy, swinging arms, circling constantly, looking for an opening. When it sees one, it will explode forward, leaping onto the gorilla's back to avoid those powerful arms, and go for the neck or spine. The gorilla's only chance is to keep the fight front and center. It must land a devastating blow, or better yet, use its primary weapon, its grip. If the gorilla can grab a limb, it has the power to break it. But grabbing a 500-pound cat that is a whirlwind of claws and teeth is much easier said than done. The lion is a moving target, covered in weapons. Experience is also a massive factor. Lions hunt dangerous, fighting prey like buffalo and wildebeest almost daily. They are experts in lethal combat. Gorillas, on the other hand, fight primarily to defend their troop from rivals or the occasional leopard, but they are not practice killers. Now let's be realistic. A lone male lion is a rare sight. They are social animals. If it's more than one lion, it's over before it begins. A coordinated attack from multiple angles would be completely indefensible for the gorilla. But even in a hypothetical one-on-one duel, while it would be an epic and brutal contest that could potentially go either way with a lucky shot from the gorilla, the strategic edge has to go to the lion. In any real-world scenario, lions aren't alone, which creates a massive, insurmountable disadvantage for the solitary silverback. The pride structure is the lion's ultimate trump card. The king of the beasts has earned its title through millennia of successful predation, and in this fight, it likely keeps its crown. Agility, experience, and a body built exclusively for killing mean the lion's predatory instincts and superior weaponry win the day. People call the Cape buffalo the Black Death, the Widowmaker, for good reason. This is not your average cow. This is one of Africa's most dangerous, aggressive, resilient animals. Lions are wary. A single buffalo can and will kill a lion. Males approach 2,000 pounds, pure muscle, low center of gravity, built like a bulldozer. At the front, a fused boss like a helmet, with horns hooking to deadly points. They don't poke, they drive horns deep and toss predators into the air. Gorilla displays won't intimidate, just trigger its temper. At 35 miles per hour, it's an unstoppable force. The impact hits like a small car crash. If not the hit, the horns finish it. They travel in massive herds and mob predators. A gorilla would be helpless against a stampede. They fight for hours, ignore pain, and keep coming, even mortally wounded. Brute force, momentum, and horns, size, speed, and aggression outmatch the gorilla completely. For our final animal, no horns, no claws, no massive weight advantage. Africa's largest snake, the African rock python. How does it win? Constriction, suffocation by locking down the chest. Over 20 feet and 200 pounds, its entire body is one giant muscle. Camouflage, then strike, lunge, bite with backward curving teeth, and instantly coil. Once the first wrap lands, every exhale tightens the knot. Arms pin, chest locks, panic sets in. Biting and punching do little against a thick, muscular coil squeezing from all sides. These snakes take antelope, and even crocodiles. With surprise and a good initial wrap, a massive python can defeat and consume a silverback. And there you have it, 6 animals that could defeat a gorilla. From the elephant's raw power to the python's silent grip, no champion is unbeatable. What did we miss? Drop a comment, like, and subscribe for more insane animal battles.